All right, so I want to talk to you about reactors tonight, and I know nothing about nuclear science, but fortunately there's something called Wikipedia, which is itself a social reactor. So I learned everything I know about nuclear science from Wikipedia. What I learned about social media is from 15 years of messing around on the web and most recently at Threadless. And working at Threadless, I was guilty of saying this sentence a few times. Anybody heard that sentence in the internet space? Can we make this go viral? Well, the answer is yes, you can, but you just have to know one thing, which is how to make k greater than 1. So in nuclear science, k is the efficient neutron multiplication factor. And what that means is that for every, how many fissions come from a fission? So when a neutron bumps into a uranium atom, it fissions and a bunch more get spewed out. How many more fissions happen from that first fission? And if k is greater than 1, you have a chain reaction. If k is a lot greater than 1, you have a nuclear explosion. So what you need is a nuclear reactor. And a nuclear reactor is a way to contain that chain reaction and make it useful and turn it into energy. So how do you make a social reactor? How do you get that chain reaction going to make something go viral, to build a community? Well, from Threadless, what I learned is I got to see how that reaction works every day with functionality and tools in a community that keep k greater than 1. And so what you need are, number 1, super geeks. Super geeks are the enriched uranium of the social web. And at Threadless, what that means is all these passionate t-shirt designers who were just overflowing with passion about what they were doing. That passion bumps into other people's passion and spills their passion onto the next person, and so on and so on. At Wikipedia, those people are holders of arcane knowledge about things like the efficient neutron multiplication factor, and they're just online writing articles, nitpicking other people's articles, and so on. And then another site that we all know, Etsy, is like thousands and thousands of people, super geeks, who just cannot help themselves from making stuff. Some of it crap, some of it awesome, and they try and sell it so they can buy the materials to make more stuff. And in all of these cases, these super geeks are the source of the nuclear chain reaction. So what kind of features do you need to build a social reactor? As few as possible. What you need is a profile, a way for people to manage their identity on the social web, on your platform, to take credit for what they're doing, to post their content to, so that people can see the content that they're creating and the content that's coming out of their passion. And then the last thing you need is a feedback mechanism, a way to keep that chain reaction going. And because geeks love geeking out with other geeks and giving each other props and showing each other that they can best other people's work and helping people progress and get more geeky like they are. So those are some of the key ingredients. A couple more things. You need these ingredients, especially the super geeks, in the right proportions. If you have too few fuel rods and too many control rods, K is less than 1 and it fizzles. So what you need are the right number of geeks, and they are getting the geeky energy flowing, they're contributing their stuff, they're spilling their passion over onto other people. That spills onto the civilian, and the civilian then transmits it to other civilians. But if you have that geek with geek interaction is the key to really geek on geek action is what it takes to make this move. I just made that up. Okay, so you also need a separate generator. Electricity is not the product of a nuclear reaction. If you put a buy button on your social reactor, it's garbage, nothing's gonna happen. Electricity is the product of the steam that comes from the heat that came from the nuclear reaction. And that conversion rate from heat to electricity is actually pretty crappy. And that translates to the social web. There are tons of great social websites out there that have viral coefficients like crazy, but they're not producing the kind of commerce that that would actually pay for the whole thing. So if you just want revenue, don't build a social reactor. But if you want some of these things, if you want to see commerce that's, the E in commerce is engaged commerce, where people are contributing out of their passion, that's what you need a social reactor for. If you want a system where marketing is the result of awesome products, as opposed to something that you slap on to a crap-ass product after you make it, you don't need a social reactor. The whole promise of this is that brands can serve our passions instead of us trying to make people passionate about something crappy. And that's the kind of web that I've been trying to help build for the last 15 years. That's why I recently joined Mighty Nest, where, as Claire said earlier, we try and help people live healthier lives. So thank you very much.